All right, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a mind map for history. And the reason why we create mind maps is they are a really great study tool, and it's a way to take information from your notes or from a textbook and put them into a way that's really visually appealing, and it really helps you with memorization and understanding some concepts. So the mind map that you guys will be creating will be over American imperialism, and that will be your main topic. So that will go in the center of the page. So here in the center, I'm going to write, about center. American imperialism. Okay, so that's kind of in the center of my page. Now, you want the center to kind of be the focal point. So you don't want to just use a box. You can use a symbol that will go around this. Mind maps will include a lot of visuals, and you'll want to think of a way that you can visually represent American imperialism. Maybe think of a symbol for America. For the sake of this demonstration, I am just going to kind of put like a circle around it. Maybe I would eventually make this into a globe. Okay, so I have American imperialism at the center. Now, from the center, or from our main topic, we are going to branch off our subtopics. I've given you your subtopics in your requirements. And when you're doing mind maps include curved branches. They include a lot of color. Right now, I am using the Papermate Flare pens. I think that these are really great for creating mind maps or doing anything where you're using color. So if you have these, you can use these. But colored pencils work great. Regular markers work great. Sharpies work great as well. And I like using these because they don't bleed onto my desk. But so we're going to start with our subtopics, and we're going to make some branches. And in mind maps, your branches tend to be curved. So we're going to start, and I'm going to kind of make a bigger branch out here that's slightly curved. And then my main topic branches, I want to be a little bit thicker. So I just added a little bit of thickness to this one. And I'll fill it in. I'll go back and add the details later. And you can either write on your branch, or you can put your topic out here and then further explain out to the side. So I'm going to write out the word goals on my first branch. Then I'm going to branch out into smaller or skinnier branches from there to explain those goals. So I'm going to switch colors again so you can see that I'm switching to talking about my 3 goals. Okay, so here I'm just going to kind of make a little branch out here, and again, nice and curved, and another one here, and another one here. Okay, so those are my goals. On these lines, now I can either write my goals out here, fill in the space, or I can write out the goals on the actual branches. So there's 3 goals of American imperialism. One of them was military strength. So I'm just writing it right along that line. And I didn't really give myself enough room, so I'm going to make that line a little bit longer. All right, so I'm going to make that line a little bit thicker. So that's one of my goals, is military strength. Now, what I would need to do is I would need to then switch colors again, and I'm going to be explaining military strength, how the United States was wanting to improve their military or gain military strength. What were they doing in order to try to achieve that goal? So perhaps I'll switch colors again to explain that topic. Okay, and I can make my branches out here off to the side. nice curved lines, and I can explain, the various aspects of military strength. Okay, one of the goals, or one of the parts of military strength, was um, a strong navy. And this might be a good time for me to add a visual. So maybe for strong navy, I want to show that by maybe drawing a little boat. And again, I'm not very artistic, but maybe I'm going to draw a little boat out here. Okay, to show a strong navy. Okay, I could maybe put muscle there. It doesn't have to be something really detailed. If you are artistic, feel free to add in those really nice details. So as you can see in mind maps, we start with a thick branch for our main subtopics, and then we branch out into smaller, skinnier branches to explain those various subtopics. So you should have multiple branches off of here. We have goals. You should have one for the annexation of Hawaii and Alaska. You should have another one for the Spanish-American War, another one for expanding the empire. So really all of your space should be filled. I'm going to show you a couple examples that students have done in the past for mind maps. So this one, she used more of straight lines, but it worked out really well for her. So you can see, kind of bring it up a little bit. All right, so you can see in the middle, she chose the United States to represent her center theme. And she did some outlines of different countries, which is a great idea, great way to use symbols. And I can kind of follow her arrows and I can kind of see the various points that she was talking about. Okay, right here for the annexation of Hawaii. Okay, you can see that she talked about Queen Liliuokalani. She has the little palm trees. She has when things happened. She has the annexation of Alaska up here. Okay, so she did a really nice job. One thing that I do not love about this map, even though it looks really nice, is her lack of use of color. So she did get points off for not using different colors, so she filled everything in with just pencil. She did use color on her branches, but I would really love to see maybe everything in the annexation of Alaska the same color, everything that's under expanding the empire the same color. So she did a really good job with the neatness of this, but she could have used more color. Another one that I'd like to show you is here's another one that's completely finished. Okay, so American imperialism at the center. Now this one, if you look at it to start with, you have to kind of read through it to understand kind of how it's working. But she has annexation of Hawaii here, and then her details listed under it. She has annexation of Alaska, and then you can see her cross connections. Okay, under annexation of Alaska on this branch, she said good strategy position close to Russia, and she connected that to the part where it says military strength. That was a great cross-topic connection. She has the goals listed out here, so you can see their number: new markets, cultural superiority, military strength. So the goals are connected there. You can see the 3 lines connecting the goals. So that was another fantastic example. Here's another one that they did a really nice job just really filling the page. Okay, here's another one, again, filling all of that space on the page. And this one did get points off just for not being quite thorough enough. It looks like she's really thorough, but she wrote really big. And also, instead of using a lot of branches, she just kind of blocked it out. And I would rather see these in branches with more connections. So she used dotted lines for her initial branches, which is great, but then she didn't use any other branches. So I would have liked this one to see more branches, but this student did a really good job with her visuals and making it really nice and colorful. But again, using a lot of pencil. Okay, I don't want pencil to be used for this. Let's see if I have one more. Okay, here's another one. Again, she's using dots for her initial lines. Okay, I like how this one uses different colors for the different topics. She has great symbols used. Again, not super artistic, but the symbols are effective. Okay, so those are some examples. There's also examples around my room if you want to look at them. And then I also put a gallery of examples on Schoology. So check those out. And that's it. So good luck.